is it realistic to scale your ATM business to 5 to 10 ATMs in a year while working a full-time job? That's what we're going to talk about in this video. Hey there, my name is Carey Buck. I've been an independent ATM business owner since 2009, and I've been an ATM business mentor since 2011. That's where I teach people just like you how to start and grow your own profitable ATM business that generates you consistent passive income and big chunks of cash in small time periods. Now, why would you want to generate passive income and big chunks of cash in small time frames from starting an ATM business? Well, maybe you want to get out of your 9-to-5 job. Maybe you want to supplement your retirement. Maybe you're tired of putting out a huge sum of money for an investment to make you a decent ROI, and instead you'd rather put a smaller sum of money out to make you a decent ROI. Or maybe you're one of those people who just realize, you know what? I need to start putting my money to work for me instead of me always working for my money. Okay? So it's going to be personal to that individual person about why they want to generate passive income and big chunks of cash from ATMs, right? Now, why should you let me help you start your ATM business? Well, I'm going to save you time, money, and headaches. If you'd like me to help you start your ATM business, go to atmtrainingvideo.com. Again, that's atmtrainingvideo.com, or just click the link in the description. And don't forget, do me a favor, like this video. Like the video, click that little ATM right there, and subscribe to this channel. Make sure you hit that bell notification and select all, so every time I post a video, you get access to it, all right? And, of course, if you have any questions or comments, post them below, all right? So, the actual specific question that the person asked me was, actually, let me read it right here. How realistic is it to scale to 5 to 10 ATMs while working a full-time job? That's what the person asked. I don't know. Yeah, I don't see the name. So that's what they asked. How realistic is it? And here's the thing. It's totally realistic, as long as you do a couple things, right? So it's completely realistic in did he say? Hold on. I say he. I don't know if it was a he or she. It just says while working a full-time job. It doesn't even talk about in a year's time frame. So you can do this in a year's time frame. But you don't need to, right? Because always remember, the ATM business is a marathon, not a sprint, okay? You're going at your own pace in this marathon, okay? It's whatever is comfortable for you. You can always grow as slowly or as quickly as is comfortable to you and that you're capable of, right? But he didn't mention a year time frame. I don't know why I thought it was a year time frame. But the key, and I keep calling it him. You know what? Now I need to know: is this a guy or a chick that asked this question? I just want to know because Matthew, it was a gentleman. Okay, good. So he's just basically wondering if he can scale because he has a full-time job, right? Totally valid question. And yes, you can, as long as you meet a few requirements. And those requirements are, even though you got a full-time job, you're still willing to put in that extra work to scale this business, to grow this business, right? Whether you do it before work, whether you do it after work, whether you do it on your lunch breaks, whether you wake up earlier to do it, whether you go to bed later to do it, you know what I'm saying? Whether you do all of the above, right? You have to be willing to put in the work, right? And of course, you have to have the money or the means to get that money. Okay, those are the two biggies, you know, to scaling with a full-time job. Obviously, if you have someone like myself helping you, it's probably an easier process for you to be able to scale because you have a system. Everything that you need is all set up for you. And the reason I mentioned that is because I have a student named Tyler. He became a student February of 2019. And the reason I know this is because I was just watching a testimonial video of his. That's how I knew the date off the top of my head. But he is in the car business, or at the time he was in the car business. I'm pretty sure he still is. I think he had like a 5-year plan maybe. But he was in the car business. If you know anything about the car business, they work constantly. He was working 60 to 70 hours a week while starting his ATM business. Okay. And he got his first location within 45 days. It was a slow start for him. Okay. But it wasn't just one location. He got 4. So he got 5 ATMs for his ATM business. So this first spot he got turned out to be a 4 location deal. Plus then he got another spot. So he got 5 locations relatively quickly while working 60 to 70 hours a week at a full-time job, while having I think it's his wife. I'm not sure if it's a wife or a girlfriend, but I think it's his wife. And while having 2 kids. I think it's a 7-year-old and a 4-month-old. Right? 60 to 70 hours a week. A spouse, we'll say. And 2 children. 7 years old and 4 months. And he was able to scale to 5 pretty quickly. Okay? So yeah, it's realistic if you are realistic about it. Like you can't be like, okay, Carey, I want to have 10 ATMs even though I'm working a full-time job, but you don't have any money and you're not willing to put in extra work. Like it's not like stuff's not going to happen by osmosis. Like you have to do it, right? You have to be realistic with yourself and what you're capable of. Okay. When I started, I had a full-time job. Ironically, I had a car dealership. And of course I had a wife. I still have a wife. Technically at that time when we started in 2009, she was my girlfriend, right? Because we didn't get hitched until 2011. So I had a girlfriend, I had a full-time job. I was doing real estate part-time, and two kids, step kids. I don't even remember how old I was. 9, 11. That was a 9-year-old and a 17-year-old, right? So, pretty full plate, right? The 9-year-old always played baseball, so always had, running around games and stuff like that. And at that time, my wife, there was times where my wife had to, go into the office. Sorry, I got water on my screen. So I'd have to get up with Joseph and, get his breakfast ready, make his lunch, for school and all that kind of stuff, So yeah, in that first year, we placed 5 ATMs. The very first time I went out to talk about the ATM business, I got two yeses. Okay. It was because we were going to get Chinese food, right? So this is if you want to scale, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like if you want to have a method to scaling while working a full-time job, you don't want to do it the way I did, right? The way I did it was, I just did it along with my normal life, right? So we went to go get Chinese food. So I was like, oh, let me ask about an ATM business, right? As soon as they said yes, I was like pumped. So I went around the corner to this, it's like a bakery, and asked them, and they said yes, right? And I was like, oh, okay. Like I didn't expect the first 2 business owners that I talked to say yes. I did not expect that. So I kind of crapped my pants a little bit, but it all worked out. So when I started, I wasn't strategic about anything. That's the word I was looking for. I wasn't strategic about growing this business or anything. I was like, you know what? We're just going to do it along the lines of, our everyday lives. So, when we went to get a haircut, we talked to the hairdresser about it. When we went to Joe's baseball game, we could talk to the other parents about it, When we went to get Chinese food, we talked to them about, what I'm saying? Like, we were just doing it, incorporating it into our everyday life. Like, if you want to be strategic about it, like Tyler was strategic about it, right? He had a 60 to 70 hour job, spouse, 2 kids. He had to be really, really strategic about it because he was working a lot. I wasn't working that much in the car business. I was just like a 40-hour week, I think. But still, right? You do have to be strategic about it. You have to put in the work, whether you want to do it, as you're, going through life, and talking to coworkers and bringing up, or as you go out to dinner or out to the barbershop or whatever, whether you want to do it like that or you want to be real strategic about it and be like, you know what? Every night from 6 to 8, I'm going to hammer business owners, or on the weekend, all I'm going to do is concentrate on this ATM business and be really strategic about it, right? So either way, it doesn't matter. It's up to you. It's you, your lifestyle, your commitment, right? And your financial resources. You got to have money in this business, guys. You got to have money, okay? Especially when you want to make those big chunks of cash in small time frames. That's mobile events. You need money for those. Like, you need money, okay? You're not gonna get a contract for a mobile event and put $1,000 in a machine. That ain't gonna cut it. You know what I mean? So yes, it is realistic, as long as you are realistic with your expectations and with what you're gonna actually put into it. Okay. Again, if you have someone like me helping you along the journey, I believe it makes your scaling to 5 to 10 ATMs while working a full-time job much easier. So hopefully that answers your question. Like, yes, you can totally start this business while you have a full-time job. Yes, you can scale this business to 5 to 10 ATMs while you have a full-time job. You can scale this business to more than that while you have a full-time job. Okay. Because here, let me point this out to you too. Because yes, okay, you got 5 to 10 ATMs. You still have a job. Let's say Tyler, for instance, he's working 60 to 70 hours a week, and he's got, let's say, 5 ATMs out there. Well, he's got to take care of them. He's got to fill them, right? Thing about the ATM business that I need you to really, really understand is it does not take that much time. Okay, your time, your big time commitment. After you get your machines, like initially your big time commitment is going to be getting your bank account, and then getting locations, finding locations, right? But after you got those, your big time commitment to go along with your full-time job and your family and everything is driving to the locations, so you can be strategic about those, right? So Tyler said that he spent an extra 2 hours a week, and the 2 hours was the drive time, because the filling of an ATM should take you less than a minute. If you want to do it real quick and real fast and the safest way, it'll take you 30 seconds to fill an ATM. But I like to say it'll take you anywhere from 30 to 60 seconds to fill your ATM machine, depending on how you fill it, okay? So the majority of that time is going to be drive time, okay? So you can start an ATM business while working a full-time job, while having a family, okay? While having kids and doing things that you need to do with your kids. And you can scale your ATM business while having a full-time job, while having a family, while having kids, and while doing the things you want to do with kids, right? With your kids. And sorry, I heard my wife talking. I don't know who's talking now. You just have to put in the work and decide how you want to do it. You want to do it strategically, or just want to do it as you go, right? Again, it's up to you how slowly or quickly you want to build your ATM business. There is no wrong answer, right? It's your business. Hopefully that makes sense. Again, you got any questions, post them below. Leave any comments. Don't forget, like this video. Don't forget to click that little ATM right there. And subscribe to this channel. Hit that bell. And make sure notifications for all is selected, so that every time I post a video, you get notified about it. And if you got any ideas for an upcoming video, post that below too. And of course, if you would like me to help you start and grow your own profitable ATM business, then go to atmtrainingvideo.com. Again, that's atmtrainingvideo.com, or you can just click the link in the description. I will talk to you soon. Have a great day, and may you live happily off of passive income.